Hello, and welcome to the What's Up London show. I'm your host, Jennifer Slay. I acknowledge that I am currently in London, Ontario, which sits on the traditional lands of the Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, Lenape-Awak, and Shinanton peoples. I am very grateful and appreciative to the Indigenous peoples and their ancestors for being able to call this land my home. I also acknowledge the sacrifices made by my ancestors who came before me, allowing me to be here and have the opportunities afforded to me. Today, we're going to meet entrepreneurs from real estate to coffee to International Women's Day to diabetes. We are all over the map today, which means we likely have something for everyone. So let's get started. Our first guest has been on the show before. Mystery Furtado is the CEO and founder of TypeDiabeat-it and has a pilot project happening with the London Catholic School Board where they are empowering youth to make healthier lifestyle choices, and a greenhouse project that has a culturally competent toolkit developed in collaboration with Brescia College. Let's learn more. Welcome, Mystery.
Thank you so much for having me.
No problem. So tell us all about these projects that you're doing in this amazing magazine that you've created.
Thank you. So I think the last time I was on, we talked about our community gardens project with the London Food Bank. That project or initiative was so impactful that, as an organization, we wanted to do more. So we participated in the London neighborhood decision making, and our idea placed second.
Oh, congratulations.
Yes. So based on that, we're going to be able to set up our very first BPOC-led greenhouse in the city of London. This project is in collaboration with the London Food Bank, once again, and a Western Fair. So we'll be setting up at the Western Fair, and the whole concept is to once again increase access to fresh produce for the BPOC community. So we're looking at Afrocentric, Afro-diaspora vegetables, their nutritional value, which is all in here, and how to grow them yourself at home. But we worked at Brescia College to create this toolkit, not only for families to take home and be able to plant and learn about these vegetables, but also there's a quick little survey at the back. So we can start to pull actual statistical data about our community in London, the impacts of food insecurity, and get some real, statistics on what's happening in our community around health, food security, and access.
Oh, that is amazing. That is amazing. And so how do people access this? Like what do they do to get?
So we will have an electronic copy available online. It's also going to be available physically at the greenhouse. So you can come and pass through and learn about, vegetables from the diaspora, the nutritional value, and take a copy. And we're going to be creating it into an app.
Oh, wow.
So the app will have all the information, the questionnaires, and cultural recipes. So using the same vegetables found here, we're going to be uploading monthly recipes to the app so the community can access.
Nice. And they're tasty.
Very tasty
Very
and flavorful. Yes.
And what else do you have going on?
Well, I'm very excited about this. We're going to be piloting a Afro food literacy program with the London Catholic School Board.
Oh, tell us more.
So this curriculum is something that we've adopted and tailored. We worked with Old Ways. They're a Black-led organization in the States, and they compiled, recipes from the African diaspora, and they included things like history, exercise, workout. So we've been able to put a cultural lens on it further by looking at the actual health value, because our focus is diabetes, and the best way to reduce rates of diabetes in our community is to impact the youths. So if they get the knowledge, the food literacy, the confidence, if they see themselves reflected in education, they're more likely to go home and want to try these recipes and talk about it with their family. So it's very much a multifactorial approach that we're taking, but it's fun, it's tasty. Food is universal, so we don't have to speak the same language. It's also empowerment because now your classmates can know the things that you eat, why you eat it, where it comes from, and how to make it. So I'm really excited to be working with the London Catholic School Board. We're in the process of selecting a school. We're going to have about 21 students, and it's a 7-week program. And I'm going to be coming in and talking about our tasty food, talking about history, you know, encouraging them to pick up basic kitchen skills, and also helping them to lead a healthier lifestyle by just eating something really tasty.
Oh, and the students that are involved, are they all from the BPOC community?
Well, no, because it's at the school, we are trying to select a school that has a higher, you know, population of BPOC students. But I also want to make sure that we're not just targeting the BPOC. This is also education for everybody,
yes.
right? This is inclusivity, right? This is representation. So I don't want it for just our community. I want everyone in the schools, to all the youths, to understand that you have options, and this can give a, you know, a conversation starter for the kid you might want to talk to in your class, but you just don't know what to tell them. So now you'll know something, because they'll tell you about kalalo or plantain or green bananas, right?
Yes. Exposure, that is the way we teach our children.
I agree.
Yes. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you for doing what you do. You always have these innovative ideas, and you just, the beautiful thing about you, Mystery, is that you have the idea and then you put it into action. So thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
We'll be right back.
This program is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Your happy place. Easy 1013, the perfect music mix.
Carbon monoxide is a deadly gas you can't see, smell, or taste.
Homes with fuel-burning appliances and/or attached garages must have working CO alarms installed outside all sleeping areas.
Don't let the silent killer get you. Install working CO alarms today.
Night's action on Rogers TV.
With clubs, leagues, and courts in every province and territory across Canada, squash is the sport for wall-to-wall fun, fitness, and friendship. From coast to coast to coast. Learn to play, and you'll want to do it every day. Squash. Play inside the box.
Welcome back. International Women's Day is only 3 weeks away, and Claire McKillop from All Women Lead has an event coming up to celebrate the event. Welcome, Claire.
Hi, Jen. Thank you so much for having me.
No problem. So tell us about this event.
Yeah, so for International Women's Day, All Women Lead is celebrating at Huron University, and we're hosting our event on Monday, March 6th. International Women's Day is on the 8th, but we're doing it 2 days earlier, giving people opportunity to attend other events as well. So it's at 8:30, Monday, March 6th, and we have an amazing panel of speakers. We have 4 women, a keynote speaker, Rita Goldberg, coming in to talk on the day, and then we also have networking opportunities, coffee, snacks, and our official DJ, which is awesome as well, Zara B from London. So
nice. So this is a hybrid event.
Yes. So you can attend virtually or in person, and we have it all set up for you.
Awesome. And so you said 8:30, but that's 8:30 a.m. Right?
Yes, 8:30 in the morning. Please don't show up in the night.
Okay, so it's hybrid and it's live, but what if somebody can't make it? Like during the live event?
Okay, yeah, so it's going to be recorded. So then they can just let us know, and we'd be happy to figure that out with them to get them a recording as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the speakers. Who are the speakers?
Yes, so we have Rita, who is our keynote speaker, and she is the founder of British Swim Schools, which is a franchise that started in England when she was younger and then moved on to the US as well. So they came up with over 70 locations. So Rita's going to be a total inspiration to hear for the event. She's our keynote. And then we have a woman named Cynthia, who is the Director of Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Decolonization with McGill University. So she's going to be incredible. And then Rhonda, who is with Libra. And then we have Cynthia, Rhonda, Rita, and Amanda Kennedy, who is an Indigenous activist and worker in London here as well.
Awesome. So we have some folks from London, and we have folks outside and international.
Exactly. I know we're going international now.
We're
so
not
it's really
international.
exciting.
So tell us a little. So we have the events. All Women Lead, they host 4 events a year.
Yes.
But they've also developed a community. Can you talk a little bit about the community?
Yeah. So we just launched our virtual community in September of 2022, and we're really excited because checking this morning, we have over 80 women a part of the community.
Oh my gosh.
I know, it's so exciting. Yeah. And through the community, because All Women Lead, we do quarterly events each year. So you get free access for all of our members to the virtual events, which have 3 speakers each. So that's amazing, 50% off for International Women's Day. We also do networking and lunch meetups with the members as well, and we do monthly discussion questions and inspiration and messages and all that kind of thing. So
that is wonderful.
Yeah.
That is wonderful. And so what is your role with All Women Lead?
Yeah, my role with All Women Lead, I'm the Director of Community Engagement. So I do the social media, a little bit of the marketing. I run a lot within that virtual community and the event management as well. So as you know, I work alongside you and Melissa Maloney, who is the other co-founder as well.
Yes. So if somebody wants to be a speaker, or if someone has an idea for a topic that they want to discuss, how can they go about doing that?
Yeah, which we would love to hear if anyone does want to be a speaker for the events, and they can email me at allwomenlead@gmail.com.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then if they have ideas for, not events, but for just topics that they're wanting to talk about.
Same thing, allwomenlead@gmail.com, or you can DM us on Instagram or message Facebook or LinkedIn, and I'll get back to you right away.
Yes. Or they could join the community.
They could join the community as well. Yes.
Join the community and be part of all of the conversations.
Yes, exactly.
Awesome.
It's a really great hub to just know everything that's going on and meet women internationally and locally as well.
Yeah, because in that community, there are women from the U.S., from all over Canada, and I believe in the U.K. as well.
Yes, we just had our first member from the U.K. join, which is really exciting.
That is awesome. That is wonderful. Okay, so tell us again, when is the event in March?
Okay, Monday, March 6th at 8:30 in the morning until 12:30 in the afternoon, and you can find tickets at allwomenlead.ca for that.
Perfect. Thank you for being here, Claire.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Jen.
We'll be right back.
This program is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Hi, I'm Dan Mailer. I'm the host of London Lights, the show where we talk about notable Londoners who have made a big mark, big impact on the world of music, entertainment, sports, politics.
Most people that have received treatment for drug use problems are probably going to have a lapse.
Join addictions counselor Dean Anderson for Invisible, Breaking Through the Stigma of Addiction on Rogers TV.
Do you have questions about menopause and the menopause journey? We've got you covered. Join us for the Modern Woman's Menopause Show, and hopefully we can give you some answers. And of course, my friends, don't forget to sparkle.
It's about sharing and caring. It's about doing and belonging. It's about living life to its fullest. And it's about laughing out loud. We are L'Arche Canada, and we're about witnessing and sharing the gifts of all people. Learn more about us today.
Welcome back. Tina Katari is a real estate broker with Shrine Realty Brokerage. She is here to share some tips with first-time home buyers and also to share some key points we should consider if we plan to invest in properties. Tina has a number of little gems to share with us today. Welcome, Tina.
Thank you so much, Jen, for having me on the show.
No problem, no problem. I was excited to know that a real estate broker was going to be here because the market has been so up and down over the last year or so, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so how did you get into real estate?
So I came to Canada about 17 years ago, and just like any other immigrant, I packed my dreams in 2 big suitcases and came to Canada to explore the world. I'm an entrepreneur and, I like to help people, and that's how I got into the real estate business. And you're right, the market is very much up and down, and right now we don't know which direction we are, getting into. It is very tough to figure out the future in today's market. But overall, it has its own pros and cons as an investor, as a buyer, as well as a seller. So there are a couple other points that, buyer or seller has to keep in mind when they are getting into the real estate market.
Okay, so say I'm a seller. What should I know to do to my home to make sure that it's going to be viewed well?
Okay, so there are a lot of other points to keep in mind as a seller. Clearly, it's buyer's market right now, and it's not the time when you put the property up on the market and it's sold within a day.
Right.
Those time has gone. So as a seller, keeping in mind about the valuation of the surrounding database is very much important. Comparing your property like apple to apple, be mindful of what type of upgrades your property has. Is there any opportunity that you can do to scale your house? Like if you have unfinished basement, then get it to finished or change the countertop or create the freshly paint, give a new fresh look, have a helper of a professional stager, professional cleaning, and overall you can hire a professional agent who can, put everything together for you and put all the efforts for marketing of your property. It's the combination of job together as a seller that you should be, doing it.
Okay, so now I'm a buyer. What should I know as a buyer?
Okay, so as a buyer has 2 mindsets, and a lot of people do get mixed up with it. Are you a primary home buyer, like buyer who would like to get into, move into the house, or are you an investor? And there is a different way of looking into it in a different segment. So if you're a buyer who would like to move in, the house that you fall in love, you will probably purchase it. You will probably do not care about the future growth of the property, maybe. But there are a couple of points you need to definitely be mindful about: the neighborhood, the school zone. Would there be any geographical development coming around the area? If there is good commercial plaza coming up, then definitely your property valuation would go up. So a lot of other factors that you can keep in mind when you're browsing a property, as well as being mindful about your own purchasing power. So doing that homework ahead of time absolutely helps you to figure out which direction you're getting into. And if you're a buyer as an investor, then there are 2 other segments. What type of properties are you looking into? What do you want out of your investment? Would you like to be investor who is looking for a capital gain property or cash flow property? Those 2 has totally different mindset and calculation together. And the most important point you should keep in mind is return on investment. So where is your down payment coming up from? Are you pulling it from your line of credit? You should calculate the interest that's being charged, and have a detailed calculation of total investment return. That's how you can scale your investment and be financially strong as an investor buyer and have a detailed understanding of that.
Wow. So there's a lot of things to consider.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Real estate is, it's not only purchase and sale. It has a lot of segment that comes together, and having a good understanding and getting a professional advice obviously helps you out.
Yes, and that professional advice comes from someone like yourself.
Yes, thank you.
Because obviously you're very knowledgeable. You can tell about the passion that you have. It just comes out in the information that you're sharing. So thank you for that.
Thank you so much, Jen. Thank you so much for that.
No problem. Good luck with this upcoming spring season coming.
Yes, I'm very much excited. We do see some change happening in the market, positive change basically. So hopefully we will have a very good, interesting, market coming up.
Awesome. Thanks again.
Thank you so much, Jen. Thank you for having me over.
We'll be right back.
Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Mario Elia, and I'm the host of a new show here on Rogers TV that we're calling Keeping London Healthy with Dr. Mario. So tune in Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. and we'll see you then.
Monsieur de Champlain, when I finish paddling through this wilderness and reach China, I shall greet them wearing this.
Monsieur Nicolet, your mission shall be for the honor of the king and the Holy Faith.
In the summer of 1634, Jean Nicolet set off from Quebec to find a trade route that would link Europe and North America with China.
But where is it? Further. I know the place you are seeking.
For months, Nicolet pushed through the wilderness, searching for the Western Sea.
Goja! Mississippi!
What did he say?
He says, Mississippi, great water.
Mississippi, the sea, China.
Jean Nicolet was wrong. It was Lake Michigan, not the Pacific. But others would follow his dream, Joliet, La Salle, the La Vérendrys, and they would map most of North America from the Rockies to the Gulf of Mexico.
Night's action on Rogers TV.
Welcome back. Our next guest is no stranger to What's Up London. In fact, she has been a host in the not so distant past. But today, she's here to talk to us about her latest adventure in the coffee business. Please help me welcome back Jenna Goodhead.
Hi, I'm so excited to be here. Thank you, Jen.
I'm so excited that you're here.
So fun.
So tell us about this adventure with Cafézia.
Yeah, so I mean, like a lot of people, the pandemic kind of, wiggled my world around and I found myself buying a coffee company. When I was in your seat, I had interviewed Natalie, who owned the coffee company at the time. She kind of sold me on it, and during the pandemic, she was selling the business and I was looking for something to do. And so, yeah, I found myself on this wild adventure of the consumer packaged good industry of food and beverage, which I knew nothing about.
Oh my goodness. So tell us about the coffee.
Yeah, so Cafézia was invented by a neuroscientist, biochemist, and immunologist here at Western University.
Oh, okay.
Yep, and so he looked at the effects of caffeine on the brain and the body. Mm-hmm. Some are great, some not so great.
Okay.
So some people will experience things like jitters, racing heart, insomnia, or just like general anxious feeling, or just like gut rot, those sorts of things. Mm-hmm. So he, with his background, looked at the world of herbs and found 3 herbs that in combination change the way the body experiences coffee.
Okay.
So we have a real coffee that has herbs added, where you get all the benefits of caffeine, but none of the side effects.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Because that's what you described, that jittery. That's why I don't drink coffee, because it's like the inside out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're really on a mission for a couple of things, but one is mental health, because a lot of people, obviously mental health is a part of all of our lives, but caffeine is a big contributor to anxiety. And it's very hard to distinguish what is anxiousness as a result of a stimulant or your own thoughts and processes. Right. So we're also trying to just get people to slow down, be more mindful, and return to the roots of coffee, which was about coming together, having a cup of coffee, checking in with each other and themselves. Yeah. So we're the anti-hustle of the coffee industry, is how we're trying to position ourselves.
Nice.
Yeah.
And so you bought the company, and since buying the company, you are expanding, or should I say exploding?
it's every day is so exciting because the learning curve is so steep for me because I didn't know what I was getting into. Over the summer, I was like, it's time to hit the road. So, I went down the 401. I went to every city around Toronto because I was so scared of big Toronto. But now I can say as of last week, we are in Toronto. So we're in about 30 cities across Ontario.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
And so if people want Cafézia, where do they go to get it since you're all over the
Yeah, so the easiest way is to go to the website, put in your postal code. We're in like really small towns too, so don't assume that because you don't have big grocery stores that we're not in your town. Okay. And if you can't find a place like close enough for a drive, then we can also send you some. Yeah, but our hope eventually is that, you can ride a bike, take a bus, or walk to your closest Cafézia experience.
Nice, and they are in grocery stores.
They are, yeah.
They are in grocery stores,
Yeah.
nice. Okay, so what flavors are there? Because there's the medium roast and...
Yeah, so the exciting thing for me has been, I knew nothing about coffee because I didn't drink it. So I've learned a lot about like what are the different roasts of coffee. And coffee comes from a cherry. And the seed inside of the cherry is actually what we're roasting.
Really?
So it actually comes from a fruit.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. And so as we roast it, it goes from a light roast to a dark roast. And as you're roasting it, you're losing more of that fruit, bright, sweet flavor that came from the original cherry, and you're getting more of that robust, chocolatey, almost burnt, but like the good kind of burnt with the dark.
Oh.
Yeah, so we only use the same coffee for our light, medium, and dark. It comes from Honduras and Peru. It's organic, it's fair trade. And yeah, we don't add any flavors or anything like that, but because the acidity is so low, it does reduce that bitterness and kind of brings out the flavors more.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thanks, Jen.
So amazing. And I hope that it goes worldwide very, very soon.
Me too. I would love if it was the coffee that people kept in their cupboard, even if it was just to treat their guests for the special moments of connection and community.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. And that's a wrap. I want to thank all of our guests for being here today, and I'm asking you to please go and visit their social media pages or attend their events or consider supporting their businesses to show your support. At the very least, like, comment, and share this episode with your networks to get the word out. I look forward to being here again with you next week. Until then, be well, stay safe, and take care.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media.
My daughter is 7 years old and has a frenemy. They have play dates that always end up in a fight or tears. This friend bosses her around and treats her poorly, but she still wants to be her friend. What's a parent to do?
I would let them acquiesce to a certain amount, and then, when they're at this age, you still need to be supervising their play dates. So I might step in, not to correct the bossy child, but it's my child that I'm concerned about. I would just expose her to other people, teach her to have a voice, and let her know that she's got options.